Greetings one and all, this is Lloyd Brown and welcome social media family to my vlog. I had to make a cut right there because if it goes over 17 minutes it's going to basically just start chopping and chopping and chopping. And I ain't got no time to be editing nothing, right? I'm just here doing my press kits and making sure that the delivery of these press kits are perfectly timed to perfection. That's what I'm trying to do right about now. And after that, I ain't got nothing else to do, and I'm gonna play me some freaking Call of Duty and shut up some boy. My work is done. Okay, all right. That's the breather over. Right, getting back to the point I've been making from the last video. The cliquey thing that's going on right about now on social media within the reggae music fraternity in the UK, that's not helping. It's not helping. It is not helping at all. Because I nearly got myself paranoid thinking about this and I realized, okay, something is definitely going on here. Something's going on here. You know, there are peeps looking from the periphery, right? There are peeps doing certain things here, peeps doing certain things there. Now, it can safely be said that I shouldn't even worry about these things. But hey, I'm not worried about it. I'm observing what's basically going on and realizing, why is this going on? You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about the UK fraternity and the UK being together as one unit to represent what is coming out of the UK, there's no other alternative but for the whole of we to get together. It doesn't matter if I don't like that person or I don't want to work with that person, right? The fact remains at the end of the day is that that person is trying to progress in their respective field of music. And I am not going to wish that anything else but success. The fact that I don't like that person has nothing to do with the progression of our music that I so dearly want for everyone. But it just seems like self-service is basically going on here. And it's like, that's not what our fraternity is about. It's not what it's about, man. It's not about personality. That comes from, where does that come from? It comes from continued and elevated acceptance, for want of a better phrase, in recognition of one's consistency and progression. It's not just a case of just doing that. It's not a case of just doing that and, you know, getting all the plaudits and this and that. It's not about that. It's about that. It's about that. And the saying, it's lonely at the top, is true. Because as well as there are people who are trying to aspire to be on your level, there's people trying to pull you down as well. Or in this age of social media, people just ignore your ass. But they want to be all up in your business. They won't publicly acknowledge you, but they want to be all up in your business. And look and see what Lloyd Brown is doing. Like I don't know that's going on. So I leave them to it. I leave them to it because it must prove that I'm doing something right. So if I'm doing something right, it's based upon me saying something that is right. And I'm saying something that is right because it's not just me one that's feeling what I'm feeling. Like I've stated in my last video. the way how we are perceived in the UK from different territories is a joke. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I think personally, the last time the UK had any regard for its output of music was when Bitty McLean recorded On Bond Street, was when Gappy Ranks recorded Heaven in Her Eyes, was when I recorded Main Squeeze. That's when the UK was on par with the world. See? Now, like I asked in the last video, if you just want to be ghetto fabulous and just make a bag of tune, right? Give it to certain DJs, right? Have them play and get 5,000 forwards. That's fine. But be under no illusion that you are somewhat an authority, a major player in this thing, because one is measured by the music they put out. One is measured by the music they put out. There's people entering talent competitions that are singing better than some of certain singers that's making bona fide tunes right now. That's just a fact. So if you look at it from their standpoint, and they're coming up in the business and they want to make tunes, they want to become an artist, and they want to better themselves as an artist. And they're sitting down there and they're looking, well, if that's what I've got coming into this business, it don't make no sense. Or they might think, well, that is the best that the UK industry's got to offer. Well, it's clearly obvious it isn't. And all I'm saying is that we just need to make it better. That's all. I'm not saying put on your tools, you're rubbish. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you love the music, give the music some love. Just like if you love food, you're gonna season the food, right? You're gonna put certain seasonings in to match your taste, right? Like a pizza. Some people eat meat, some people don't eat meat, right? Some people will some people will put meat on their pizza, some people put vegetable on the pizza. It doesn't take away the fact that it's a pizza you're eating. You get what I'm saying? So with reggae music that's coming out of the UK, I don't want my fraternity to be looked upon as a joke, because I get affected by that, because I'm representing that, and I can't be representing something that is just half cocked in production. You understand what I'm saying? Now, people might dislike what I'm saying, but there is no doubt in my mind that what I'm saying is the truth. And whether you choose to accept it are for your business. See? There's lots of journeys that people have taken to get to the point where they are at now in terms of their representation of the music fraternity, whether they be a musician, a vocalist, a producer, publisher, manager, tour manager, promoter, all of these links in the chain that we need to basically be strong. We all have to be on the same level, right? The music that's coming out of Jamaica right now, it's eclipsing what we're doing. Sorry. It's eclipsing what we're doing. And you know why that is? It's because of the musicianship. It's the musicianship. It's people that excel at their own specific instrument and doing what they can do within their sphere of influence to make the music good. And that is called rudiments. It's the rudiments. If you don't know what rudiments is, just regard rudiments as seasoning in your food. It's what you put into the pot that makes the dish what it is. It makes the dish what it is. We're in 2018 now. I'm hearing tunes that shouldn't even be heard, much less played. I'm sorry. I'm keeping it real. Call it tough love, call it bad mind, call it whatever you want to basically call it. But I'm calling it non-progression. Having a bag of tunes and they're all sounding the same and they're not sounding any better than the last one, it's not progression. Not knowing what mastering is and knowing what mastering is and setting aside some money to pay for a mastering session after you've mixed your product, that's progression. Doesn't matter if the tune if people don't like the tune, but the quality of the tune being made, it's present. It can't be argued. And that's how you progress. It took me 6 months to learn how to get around that computer. And I sat here 6 months solid and learned how to basically produce stuff because of my involvement with Bubblers, Bitty McLean, and the late Lloyd Campbell. And my late friend, DJ Flyer, who built that computer. And like I keep saying, if it works for me, it can work for anyone. And I've seen people with bigger, more expensive instruments and equipment than me. But the production leaves a lot to be desired. People, I don't want to be thought of someone that's beefing with anyone or bad-minding anyone. But I'm just showing tough love here. Because if you're talking to me and your breath stinks, I'm going to tell you, brethren, you need to have a conversation with Mr. Colgate, bless. Because that brethren who you're congregating with, he ain't kicking in. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you, whether you want to basically take it on board, that's up to you. But don't make up no knives when people ain't giving you no ratings. Or just people ain't even acknowledging what you're doing. Or the works you're putting out. It matters not to me if my music gets played or not on radio. If you choose to play it, you play it. But I know when I leave this mortal coil, I'm going to leave a legacy. I'm going to leave a legacy for the next generation, my grandkids' generation, to look on my music and say, you know what? Amidst all that dross, sorry. Yeah, Lloyd Brown stuck to his guns. I don't want them just to say that about me. I want them to say that about everyone. We got to raise the bar. We have got to raise the bar. We've got to raise the bar. Whatever money you're making, put it back into the thing. You know what I'm saying? If it's digital, if you're working with digital equipment, put some analog shit in there. Guitars, horns, I don't care. You know, make a hybrid of the two things, the digital and the analog. And show some compromise. That's what I do. That's what I do. And I make my sound. Oops. I make my sound. You know? But anyway, I'm beginning to waffle on now. And I really hope people don't take offense at what I'm saying. But I know I'm not alone in saying what I'm saying or feeling how I'm feeling in relation to the UK. Because we're playing to the world now. We're not playing to our brethrens them. It's not a house party thing when we broadcast. Seeing, we're playing to the world. So if you got, you know, if you got record companies and labels in Jamaica just listening to the radio and listening to what we're playing, and they've been making music of a standard, and they're hearing what we're putting out, it's a joke. And I can't afford to be a laughing stock. And I'm here to encourage anyone, but I'm going to encourage you to do better if you need to do better, because I know better. So I'm going to do better. And it doesn't just mean me doing better. It means me encouraging people to do better. So you can take it as you want to take it. If you want to stay ghetto fabulous, fine. If you want to be locally known and internationally accepted, raise your game, man. Raise your bar. All right? Anyway, that is all for me for now. And I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for taking in this particular mood out of my many moods on my vlogs. And as always, you don't know the coup. People, please abstain from foolishness, even if it's your own. And until I catch you on the next one, people stay blessed. Gone.